Auntie Zainab made him see and do things he had never seen or done before. "This game is just for the two of us," she said softly. "Nobody else can play it or know about it." Before we dive into this story, please consider subscribing to my channel, turning on notifications, and letting me know where you're watching from in the comments. Ethan was a happy 10-year-old boy. He loved playing soccer and reading storybooks. He went to primary school and had many friends. But most days when he came home, he was alone. His parents, Mr. and Mrs. Adebayo, worked very hard. They had a big shop in the market, and they spent long hours there. Every day, Ethan's school bus dropped him off at home around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. He would stay alone in the house until 6 o'clock in the evening when his mother returned from the market. One evening, Ethan sat on the couch, feeling lonely. "Mom, I don't like being alone all the time," he said. His mother sighed. "I know, Ethan, but we have to work hard to pay for your school fees and everything else," she explained. Ethan understood, but he still wished he had someone to talk to when he got home from school. One day, his mother had an idea. "Ethan, why don't we ask Auntie Zainab, our neighbor, to take care of you for a few hours after school?" Auntie Zainab lived next door. She was in her late 20s and lived alone. She was always cheerful and kind, and Ethan's parents trusted her. Ethan nodded. "Okay, Mom," he agreed. Ethan had known Auntie Zainab for a long time. She was nice and often gave him small gifts, like cookies and candy. So, from that day, Ethan started staying at Auntie Zainab's house whenever he came home from school. Her house was small but neat. Every day, she welcomed Ethan with a plate of food and a big smile. "Ethan, come and eat. How was school today?" she would ask. At first, Ethan was shy, but he quickly became comfortable because Auntie Zainab was very friendly. She told funny stories and made him laugh. She also let him watch cartoons and play video games on her television. One day, she gave him a special gift. It was a Game Boy. "Ethan, this is for you," she said with a warm smile. Ethan was surprised. "For me?" he asked shyly. "Yes, of course. You are like the little brother I never had. I will always get you whatever you want," she said. Ethan was happy and thanked her. He felt lucky to have such a kind neighbor. But from that day, things began to change. One afternoon, after school, Auntie Zainab told Ethan she had a new game to teach him. "This game is just for the two of us," she said softly. "Nobody else can play it or know about it." Ethan did not understand. This game was different from the games he played at school. It made him feel confused. Auntie Zainab made him see and do things he had never seen or done before. She guided his hand in a way that made him uncomfortable. At first, Ethan didn't know what to think. Auntie Zainab had always been nice to him. She had given him food, gifts, and cartoons to watch. So, why did this game feel so wrong? Days turned into weeks, and Auntie Zainab kept playing this special game with him. She told him it was their secret and that he should never tell anyone. "If you tell anyone, they won't believe you," she whispered. "They will be angry at you." Ethan became very quiet. He stopped playing soccer at school. He didn't laugh with his friends anymore. Even when he was at home, he no longer played with his Game Boy. One day, his best friend, Daniel, noticed something was wrong. "Ethan, why are you acting so different?" Daniel asked. "I'm fine," Ethan said quickly. But he knew he was not fine. At home, his mother also noticed. "Ethan, are you okay?" she asked. "Yes, Mom. I'm just tired," he replied. But deep inside, he felt like crying. One day, at school, the teacher gave a lesson about safe and unsafe secrets. "Some secrets are good, like a surprise birthday party," the teacher said. "But some secrets are bad. If a grown-up asks you to keep a secret that makes you feel sad or confused, tell someone you trust." Ethan's heart started beating fast. He looked around. No one knew what was happening to him. He wanted to say something, but he was afraid. That evening, Ethan sat on the couch, thinking about what the teacher had said. His mother sat next to him. "Ethan, you seem sad lately. What's wrong?" Ethan's eyes filled with tears. He took a deep breath and said, "Mom, I need to tell you something." His mother held his hands. "You can tell me anything, my love." And for the first time, Ethan spoke. He told his mother everything about Auntie Zainab's game and how it made him feel uncomfortable. His mother hugged him tightly. "Ethan, I am so sorry this happened to you. You did the right thing by telling me," she said. When his father came home, Ethan's mother told him what happened. Mr. Adebayo was very angry. "I trusted her," he shouted. The next day, they went to the police and reported Auntie Zainab. She was arrested, and Ethan never had to see her again. Ethan's parents also took him to a counselor who helped him talk about his feelings. Over time, he began to heal. One day, his teacher told the class, "You are never alone. There is always someone who will listen to you and help you." Ethan smiled for the first time in weeks. He had learned something very important. Some secrets should never be kept. After some time, Ethan started playing soccer again. He laughed with his friends and enjoyed reading his storybooks. He was happy again because he knew he had done the right thing. His parents also learned a lesson. They decided to spend more time with him, no matter how busy they were. This story is a lesson for all parents. No matter how much you trust someone, always check on your children.
Talk to them.
Listen to them. Teach them the difference between safe and unsafe secrets. Because sometimes, the people you trust the most can be the ones who cause the most harm.